Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another take of Zooming with Kaymitch. I'm super excited to have my next guest on shortly, and I'm about to go ahead and add her. Hello, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. It's
Good.
so good to see you.
Oh, it's so good seeing you. Thank you so much for carving out some time to be a part of my Zoom series, Zooming with Kaymitch. I'm so super
Yes.
excited to have you on. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you are busy, but with
Good.
do go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Laci Bohannan. I play volleyball at UCA, and I'm going into my junior year. I'm a redshirt sophomore, though, from an ankle injury my freshman year. But yeah, I'm super excited.
Yes, I remember you coming in freshman year. I was like, who is this girl? I remember going to the first game when I got there my senior year. I'm like, who is this girl? And they were like, she's just a freshman. I was like, yeah, she's gonna be really good. And you've been
Oh,
good ever since.
thanks.
And so I know, coming back from the injury and everything, we'll get into all of that. But super excited to see you, back on the court doing your thing and super excited for you this season as you're going on right now.
Thank you. You as well.
It's- Okay, first question. Competing at the Division 1 level comes with very high expectations. How do you kind of cope with that pressure of performing and maintaining your well-being?
I think this is a big thing that kind of, goes on mental health. I know we'll get into that a little bit later, but it definitely takes a lot of time to kind of learn how to adjust to kind of the swing of things because school is, you're not in school from 7 to 3 like in high
Right,
school, but
right.
then, practice, it's a full-time job. So I think that it was a big learning curve for me to be able to kind of flip the switch of, okay, get your stuff done first,
Yeah,
and then volleyball, get that done too, and then take time for yourself. A big thing for me was being super organized. So if everything's kind of a cluster, then I tend to get a little overwhelmed and, it becomes a lot going on. So I've really had to focus on, maintaining school and keeping that organized and having that work done. And then with volleyball, keeping, a good checklist of what I need to do with volleyball
right.
and also taking time for myself as well to do things that I enjoy outside of school, outside of volleyball, and really kind of keeping everything separate but working together at the same time.
Right. And that is so tough. That's really time management. I talk to that about my freshmen a lot is, it's going to be overwhelming days sometimes where you're trying to juggle class and study hall and everything like that. But the more organized you are, you're going to be more successful because you're going to be able to know, okay, this what I got next, this what I got next. It's not never, a waste of your time when you're not knowing what's going on. And so it's very important. And so thank you for sharing, how you keep up with your
For
well-being.
sure.
Next question. Volleyball is a super fast-paced game that can be stressful, at times. What technique strategies do you use, to manage yourself during games?
During games, I feel like I play better when the my adrenaline is going,
Hmm.
but there's also a level at which I have to like, okay, calm yourself down, just play your game. I'm so sorry. Sure what happened there. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Um, but there you just have to play my game.
Hmm.
And so that's something that I've had to really focus in on is you know what you can do. Not every day is going to be perfect.
Right.
Not every day is going to be, playing your best. Not every day is going to be, a lights out game, but just kind of focusing on doing my job
Hmm.
and being super energetic, just having fun. And I think so that's probably a big one, is just playing my game, but then also having fun with it at the same time because it's something, we get to do.
Right.
Um, and that's something that I've had to really focus in on going through seasons and going through injuries and things like that, of just find the fun in the game and
Hmm.
don't let it feel like a job because it does seem
Right.
like it at times where it's, practices and film and extra reps and dinners and lunches and breakfasts and travel. And it
Right.
gets to be a lot. And so during games when the pressure is just so high, I think it's super important to just play my game.
Hmm.
If I suck for a second, it'll steady out.
Yeah.
Like just really focusing in on, what can I do in that moment to be better, whether it's slow down a little bit and just take a breath, whether it's, you know, give a lot of energy just so I'm not focusing on myself.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is probably just play your game. That's what my parents tell me all the time. If I have a bad game, it's just play your game. Like just do what you know how to do. You've been doing it for so long, your body will
Right,
take
you've
over
been
and
playing it
do it.
forever, yeah.
So just not putting so much pressure on it because I've done that in the past and you just kind of crumble with all the mental
Right,
stress and everything you put on yourself. So definitely just studying out and trusting yourself.
right. Because like you said, you've been playing it for a long time and you want it to be fun, and it does feel like a job at time. It gets overwhelming at time, but you got to remember your why you started playing, and
Yes.
making it fun and enjoyable for yourself, because you owe it to the little girl that you once was. Yeah, that explains well.
Yes, for sure.
Next question. How have you managed the physical and mental challenges of returning, from that injury from your freshman year? And what has helped you regain your confidence?
Whew, that's a loaded one.
Yeah, yeah.
The injury kind of took it out of me there for a little bit. I had an injury that was supposed to be a 6-month recovery, ended up turning into a year-long recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And I came back at the very beginning of season and came back can be used lightly because I knew kind of in my head I was not back yet. I did not have the muscle. I mean, I hadn't touched a volleyball in a while. Um, so dealing with that whenever I had been so used to being, such a fast pace and just go, go, go. And like I said, like whenever the game gets tough, you kind of let your body take over and you let your body just kind of go. And so whenever my body wasn't doing that, coming back from that injury, and I couldn't just trust my body. Like it took a lot of extra work
Mm-hmm.
that that will take a toll on you mentally, especially when you know that like, okay, like I waited 6 months to be healed and then I waited another 6 months to be healed. Now why can't I play? Why can't I play at that high level? Um, and so I think for me it was just I go back a lot to play your game. And it was having to trust that trust and understand that I was not ready yet and that it would take time and that this was a major injury to have to come back from. And so understanding that I will get back to the point I want to be at, but I have to be really patient.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a very patient person when it
Yeah.
comes to,
Mm-hmm.
getting skills and getting things going. And so I had to learn how to be patient really quick. And that did take a toll on me for a little bit, but I talked to the right people and was able to work through that and find ways to get support from coaches and teammates and parents and friends of just keep pushing through. It's gonna get better. Like you're gonna be on the other side of it. And so I think it was pretty big patience lesson through that.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. The one thing I can kind of remember, from you being, we was in the training room a lot, but
Yeah.
I remember like you always came in with a smile on your face, like no matter what the trainer made you do, like you did it, and you always did it with a smile, and I'll never forget that. But that is tough. I know you had very high expectations coming out of your freshman year, and to get, to be hurt, that's not in nobody plan to ever be hurt, and especially your freshman year, and just to see you come back and now killing it and being the same Laci, that you always been, is just so amazing. And